going to redo my talking section, so this will now be out of order. I felt like I was doing a little complainy session. I was overwhelmed, anxious, frustrated, but all of the things that I'm overwhelmed, anxious, and frustrated by are things that I'm blessed by, not cursed by. So I have a lot of projects, I have a lot of things that I want to do. I have, a position in life in which I'm able to do all of those things, and I was just getting a little bit of a pity party going. So you'll see my crochet project in the next little bit. I did that last night, and I'm working on a little tote pouch. I'm adding a lyric to one of my favorite songs, If We Were Vampires. It says, maybe time running out is a gift, and then the next line is, I'll work hard till the end of my shift. And the theme is around appreciation and not taking things for granted, and that's what I was doing a little bit of. So we're wiping the slate clean. This week I'm working on a few random reads. I haven't picked one. There's not one that I'm super excited about right now. So I'm going to listen to music, do my little pouch for the next little while, and then yeah, that's the week. I went on a long rant about how I got back onto short form content, social media. To touch on that quickly, it has been 3 years without Instagram or TikTok. When I say I was off social media for 3 years, I always just mean Instagram and TikTok. And 3 years ago, I felt a little overwhelmed in my brain. My mental health was not doing very good. I decided that it wasn't the cause factor, but it was certainly a contributing factor, being on Instagram and TikTok. Very long story long. Decided to delete accounts, just completely ghosted, left. And over the last 3 years, as one should, I feel like I got to know myself a lot better, and that I really wasn't too much different of the person than I was. I'm just same old me, but I think the difference is just being very comfortable and confident in who that is. So that's when I started long form a little bit last year, just in piecing together things that I thought were fun that I wanted to document for my life. And then I've been having the itch to do the same with short form recently. It's funny because I said, well, you said you weren't going to get back on social media, and then you're just going to get back on social media. Well, yeah, because I can decide that I changed my mind. And so I had some boundaries up for myself that maybe I didn't need to have as high of. They're a little bit lower. I'm posting and opening myself up for the negativity and the critique, but it's done in a way that I'm already comfortable and confident in it, where I wouldn't have been able to really say that 3 years ago. So we're starting fresh, and it's Dakota's Field Notes. So Instagram and TikTok are live. It's been really fun, but that's been a contributing factor to my overwhelm and exhaustion, and it's a blessed position to be in. So we're having a little bit of a perspective shift. It's funny because so much of what I've tried to do in the last few weeks has been for me, and then I almost kind of feel like I'm being militant and like a boss to myself. You can decide what book you want to read or what craft you want to do. You don't have to do anything. Very long story long, I was just really overwhelmed by it, and I'm still a little, and I'm trying to reframe the perspective, but that's what we're starting this week off. We've got a few projects, got a few books that I'd like to get back into a read. I think the hard part is I just finished Dungeon Crawler Carl, and it's book 1 of like 8 that are out. So I don't really want to go straight into book number 2, but now I don't really know what I want to do. So time for more crafts and tea. I need tea. I am a happy camper. It is my favorite time of year. There are desert night summer storms, and I love them so much. So I thought I was going to be able to go pick up dinner and come home before it hit, but I did not. Now it is rainy and windy and dusty, and my sandwich still has several more minutes before it's ready, but I brought my book. So now I get to sit in my favorite weather and read my book. I'm thrilled. It's the little things, it really is. Ooh, very wind, lot wind. That's a big wind. Craft of the Thursday was these little pies. I followed a YouTube tutorial for the cherry and blueberry pie, and I think they turned out so cute. I need to figure out what else I'm going to add to the July tree. It is July 16th, so we're running out of days. I think she's super cute, and I think that I've finally found a read. We're gonna kick off the Friday with a new book, and I'm excited. I'm hoping that I can decide in between now and then. But right now, we're an equal tide. There might be two, I don't know. But look at how cute she is. Some good news. Some good news is that I got a fair amount done yesterday. I feel like because I've breached the over halfway point, I'm like, it's almost done. I can finish it in one sitting. I can't. And I'm trying to be strict about not really wanting to. And then I found a read. I did find a read. I had to have been looking in the wrong place because all of the books that I was referring to being excited about, I didn't actually have any of them accessible to me. But I did find this read on Libby accessible to me in the form that I didn't want to purchase them, I should specify. They were all on too far of a borrow on Libby, but Rose and Chains was on Libby for an immediate borrow. So I borrowed it, have it for 2 weeks. Not gonna need the 2 weeks. I don't actually know the whole lore behind it, but I know that it started as a Hermione Draco fanfiction, and I have been wanting to read one of the Harry Potters in the near future. As of right now, this is doing my Harry Potter soul some good. It's separate enough, it has its own realm, the characters are titled differently, and I think, that's why I said I don't know much about it, because I think that it originally started as, like, specifically Hermione Draco as the fanfiction, and then the author turned it into its own standalone afterwards. The bones of the enemies to lovers is there, but it's so fun. I actually do think that when I finish this book, I'm going to have to go back and read potentially the first 3 or 4 chapters over again, because I don't feel like I appreciated them enough. I'm in a tiny bit of a slump, so I didn't really feel super into this story until like middle of the way through the 5th or 6th chapter. So, anywho, I have some reads, and I'm trying to distribute my time evenly, so I am actually going to put a timer, and I'm going to read for an hour, and then I'm going to craft for an hour, and I'm going to do another craft for an hour, and just break up my day a little bit that way, so I don't feel like I've completely absorbed myself in one area or over another, because I do want to work on several different things. So I am going to read Rose and Chains. I have a fresh, lovely, warm cup of tea, and I'm excited. done and done. I will make this very quick. I did in fact finish Rose and Chains. It was everything that I wanted it to be. It cured my reading slump. The second book of the trilogy comes out in December and I couldn't be more excited for it. I wanted so badly for Rose and Chains to have a Tobin point of view at some point, and it didn't. And then the teaser chapter for the second book was at the very end of the Libby ebook that I got, and it was in Tobin's point of view, and it was at the same point in time that Rose and Chains starts at. But we got Tobin's point of view of where he was on that day. So good, so good. And I did finish my little tote. For like sizing perspective, this is a paperback. I don't quite know what I'm going to use my new pouch for, but it can fit a book. That's all we need. That's all we need. I think she turned out so cute. And yeah, rest of the week was a fun mix of have to do's and want to do's, so I'd say it was a successful week. Now I'm in trip planning mode, trip prep mode. That's coming up here very quickly, and I'm excited for it. Anyway, those were my pages, and that was my project.